this tutorial we are discussing about the third data type in Python, that is nothing but a complex data type. Okay, complex is nothing but like complex numbers. Okay, complex is also a numeric data type in Python in which where numbers contains both real part as well as imaginary part. Okay, numbers will contain both real parts and imaginary part in complex data types. Okay, a complex data type form will be something like this. Okay, it will be something like a plus bj. Okay, a plus bj. So here where a stands for the real part and also b stands for the imaginary part. Okay, a is real and b is imaginary. And what is j? J is a imaginary value like j, where j square is -1. Okay, where j square is pointing to -1 and j is root of -1. Okay, j is the root of -1, like that. So in this form we can represent complex numbers. So let us see few examples of complex numbers below. So now I have created a complex number called a and its values is something like 10 plus 20j. Okay, its value is something like 10 plus 20j. So here 10 is my 10 is my real part and 20 is my imaginary part. Same way, another example like b is like 2. Okay, b is 2.3 plus 4.5j. Okay, so here real part is 2.3 and the imaginary part is 4.5. Okay, real part is 2.3 and imaginary part is 4.5. Okay, so now let us see how this will work in real time. Okay, so let's open the IDLE. Okay, so now let's create few few complex numbers. Like suppose I'm creating some complex number like 10 plus 20j. Okay, 10 plus 20j. So now if I check the type of a, it is complex. Okay, if I check the type of a, it is complex. Now again I'm creating one more complex number, so that is something like 2.3 plus 4.5j. Okay, 4.5j. So here if I check again the type of b, it is also obviously pointing to complex data type. Okay, so in this way, so one thing we need to understand here is like in complex numbers we can use both integers and also floating points. Okay, it's not mandatory that we need to use any one. Okay, it can be completely our wish to use anything whatever we want. Okay, now let's print and see. Okay, see, this is 10 plus 20j and this is 2.3 plus 4.5j. So in this way we can create the complex numbers in Python. Now let us see the attributes. Okay, now let us see the attributes of the complex numbers. Okay, in complex numbers in Python generally we have two attributes. Okay, we have two attributes. Okay, out of those two attributes, first attribute is nothing but real. Okay, so the number is here, the number is a and I want to see the, okay, if I want to see the real part of a, then attribute is a dot real. Okay, see, in the, for a, 10 is the real part, right? So if I want to see that 10, then I need to print this attribute like a dot real. And coming to the second, second attribute, that is nothing but imaginary. Okay, to see the imaginary to see that imaginary value, okay, imaginary part of this a, so then I need to print something like that. Okay, a dot imag. Okay, a dot imag. So imag is pointing to the value 20.0. Okay, imag is pointing to the value called as 20.0. So in this way, okay, imag is pointing to the value called as 20.0. So in this way we can create complex numbers. Like, okay, in this way we can see the real part and imaginary part separately with these two attributes. Okay, now same thing we'll try to apply for the b variable also. Okay, b dot real. Okay, so b dot real. So in this way, what is the value of b dot real? It is 2.3. See, like same way, if I want to see the imaginary value of b, attribute is b dot imag, so value is 4.5, something like that. Okay, so in this way we can see both the real part and imaginary parts of, okay, in this way we can see both the real part and imaginary part of the complex data types. Now let us move to the some notes. Okay, yeah, we have to discuss about these notes regarding to the complex data type. Okay, here two things like real part and imaginary parts can be integers or floating points. As I told you earlier, real part and imaginary parts can be integer or floating points. It's completely up to us to take real part and imaginary part. Or else sometimes real part can be integer and the imaginary part can be floating point. Okay, real part can be integer and imaginary part can be a floating point. So in this way also we can work with real part and imaginary part. Now we can add and subtract. Okay, we can add and subtract Okay, we can add and subtract complex numbers. So suppose x is a complex number like this, and y is a complex number like okay, 4 plus 3.2j. Okay, 4 plus 3.2j. X is 10 plus 2.3j, and y is 4 plus 3.2j. Okay, now if I want to add, how it will add means, if I add these both real numbers and okay, if I add both these complex numbers, okay, how it will add means, real part will get added with the real part. Okay, real part will get added with the real part, and also imaginary part will get added with the imaginary. So image plus image. So 10 plus 4 is 14. Okay, so in that case, what is my output? 14 plus 5.5. Okay, 14 plus 5.5j. Okay, 14 plus 5.5j. So in this way, we can add two complex numbers. Okay, in this way we can add two complex numbers. Now if I want to subtract, same way we can subtract. Okay, real part will be subtracted with the real part, imaginary part will get subtracted with the imaginary part, like that. Okay, so like that. Now let us understand. Okay, let us understand how this will how we can add a complex number with an integer. Suppose I have created a variable called as a with the value 10. Okay, x value is something like 10 plus 2.3j. Now if I add both x and a, so how it will add means, since a doesn't have any imaginary part, it will think that a has an imaginary part like 0j. Okay, 10 plus 0j. So 10 plus 10 is what? 20 plus 2.3j. Okay, so my output in this case will be 20. Okay, 20 plus 2.3j. Okay, my output in this case will be 20 plus 2.3j. Okay, so in this way we can work with the complex numbers. Okay, I hope all of you understand how to work with the complex numbers. Thank you so much. Bye.